Hey everyone, I'm Meta. I'd like to apologize first off if I sound a little off. Unfortunately, my microphone is currently possessed by a very devious creature, and I need to do some heavy audio editing or else my voice will slowly devolve into a gargled mess of noises. Anyways, allow me to introduce to you to a series that I did not grow up with, nor did I learn about until late into my decrepit existence. Today I'll be talking about the Gregory Horror Show. Now, you may be thinking, Meta, what is a Gregory Horror Show? Well, I'm glad you asked, even if you didn't. It started out as a TV show. Shocker, I know. Originally airing in Japan, Gregory Horror Show focuses on the nightly interactions happening in the Gregory house. This isn't our topic of conversation. What we're here for is the video game, Gregory Horror Show Soul Collector. And just like the show, it came out in Japan, but did get brought over to the West via European explorers who first visited the land of the rising sun in the mid-1500s. Released by Capcom, the survival horror game takes place between Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 4 in the release timeline, according to my experts. Let's talk about the story. This is pretty straightforward. After taking a stroll down the streets of Columbus, Ohio, you seem to have gotten yourself lost and stumble upon an interesting looking house with an even more interesting caretaker. On the first night, after resting our weary head, we learn from good old Deafy Boy that the guests of this house are keeping us trapped, and to free ourselves from this Luigi's mansion, we're going to need to steal the souls that other guests so happen to borrow from death. Look, I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Speaking of these guests, the game has a large cast of characters. A whole 12. Obviously, we have the namesake of the series, Gregory, who, as far as I would rank, goes right under Mr. Mosby from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, right in A tier. Neko Zombie, just like any other real-world cat, is dignified, hungry, and kind of an asshole. Really, there isn't much to tell you about them. They shit in a box, cough up hairballs, have a Is that what you wanted to hear? Well, too bad. Now we have Miss Catherine. She is quite the woman. Strong, a trained professional, a hard-working woman. I would gladly offer myself up to advance the medical field just for her. Anyways, yeah, let's move on to the next character before I get a little sidetracked. Judgment Boy. Probably one of my favorite characters for his simplicity. He is a boy that casts judgment. Oh, and he says his name in a pretty funny way. You just can't top that. Truth be told, I would love to continue covering the rest of the guests, but we'd be here for quite a while. And this isn't a retrospective video, it's just a guy rambling about a funny little game. Speaking of game, let's talk gameplay. You can walk, talk, and act like you're the big lad on campus. But before we can do any of that, you must first name yourself and pick your gender, male or female. The core gameplay loop revolves around a couple of mechanics such as peeping through keyholes, knocking on doors as though you are a fresh out of the oven member of the Jehovah's Witness. You can pocket up to 8 items at any given time except for key items which exist in a pocket dimension of their own. These non-special items serve several purposes such as refilling your health, tools against the house guests, or for bartering at the market as though we're rural sheep herders from the old world. Your health bar isn't even a bar, it's more of a ticking time bomb, and it's more of a mental health bar. As you play the game, it will slowly drain, and the best way to refill it is to sleep off the demons, take copious amounts of legally procured medication, and herbs, preferably from the trash. Or personally, my favorite, becoming literate. However, do be careful, because just like in real life, if you don't take care of yourself, you will be prone to status conditions such as tiredness. Maybe you shouldn't have stayed up all night to work on a funny little video. Headache. Didn't sleep away the demons? Congrats, you now have an aneurysm. It'll burn your health away faster, which needs some legally procured headache medicine. Nervousness. Oh, think you're a big enough boy to endure that headache? Man, you now have crippling anxiety. Recovery items will be half as effective, and now you have a stomach ache you need to fix. Confusion. If you don't speedrun curing nervousness, then I don't know how to tell you this, but you should see a doctor. You're not looking so hot. Walking will feel like a Herculean task, only fit for the gods. We're gonna need some sedatives to fix this. Melancholy. Hey bro, are you doing alright? You haven't come out of your room in a couple days. You wanna talk about it? Look, I'll just be blunt. You're depressed. I can see it in your eyes, and I might have the solution to your problem. Darkness. Thankfully, the condition doesn't relate to me as painfully as the other ones. However, it does make you partially blind from the hours of 12 AM to 6 AM. Or if you're searching for gold in the deserted depths of the dungeon. Thankfully, again, this can be corrected with some eye drops. Now that we've covered these very important status conditions that you must be very wary of contracting, let's never discuss them again. It wouldn't be good for my mental health. Sound plays a semi-important role when playing, as you might hear faint whispers of guests nearby or in rooms. Not only this, but sound can play against you as well. Move too much when sneaking around or peeking through keyholes? The seismic activity from the clap of your ass cheeks as you scoot around will alert not only the guests, but everyone in a 5-mile radius. We've given you all the ingredients and tools the game has to offer. It's time we put everything together like our forefathers intended. You must learn the guests' every movement, their likes, dislikes, where they go to work, when they go to sleep. Here's some pro tips that'll save you some headaches when traversing the Spencer Mansion. Save often. Even just using the word often is an understatement. It is a requirement to save after every major situation. After you manage to steal a guest's collectible Funko Pop soul, don't give it to death immediately. Carrying around one of these bad boys will have it resonate with your zodiac sign, thus making your mental health bar decay slower. Do be warned, however, that this is a two-way street. As your zodiac sign grows in power, this causes more volatile auras to come from the guests, and they won't be afraid to take it back and potentially strike you down with a horror show. Now, what is a horror show? I think it's best I just show you one.
Time for a blood test.
I'm going to rate Gregory Horror Show a very sincere number out of 5 Catherines, or alternatively, give it a try. Personally speaking, this is a pretty alright game that uses other hit survival games as a template, but does well having its own vibrant personality with an even more vibrant cast. I thoroughly enjoyed the twist of a horror setting where everyone is so outlandish I thought I was in an amusement park, as though I took one too many Flintstone fruit vitamins. This might not be for everyone, but on the upside, the game is relatively short in this day and age. And just like when you're using Tinder, you're not here for a long time, you're here for a good time. I hope you enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed putting it together. I'll be real, as my first time putting together a review with this much comical flair, this was kind of hard. Cohesion is not my specialty, nor will it ever be, as my brain enjoys running laps faster than an Olympic gold medalist. However, that's not going to stop me from doing more of these if the reception is positive enough. If you made it this far, I'd like to give you a sincere thank you from the bottom of my heart. And stay tuned for many more videos to come this year. I have a few other projects starting to brew. But anyways, take it easy and take care.